Hello, this is Arabella from Arabella's Heart for Book Art. Well, the camera was shutting off, so let me see if it's still recording. I think it is. So I tried to improve everything from the settings for my camera and where everything is going so that it's not shutting off every other second. So I wanted to show you. Let me see, because I keep hearing sounds, but well, I'm just going to crack on. I'm using this crack filler for small cracks instead of texture paste. So I'm also experimenting a little bit because I've never tried that. So for this side I'm keeping that clean, and for this side I'm using it to put that on. So I will show you a little bit about that, and then I will use my favorite stencil for this. Try to get my favorite part as well. With this stencil it is a little bit trickier because it is rather thin, so I can't really press that hard for this part. But it is working, as you can see, so I'm really happy with that. And what you also can do is just turn it around, and then I'm searching for my cloth, and then turn it around and then press that onto it so that it becomes a little bit like a stamp or something. You see, so you have a little bit of that still. So I'm putting this aside to dry near my what is that called? Near my warming system, my kachel. Oh, something's going on. It's the fire brigade. So with this stencil it's a little bit more easier because this stencil is tough, so I can press really hard on it, and that makes it easier to do this. The other one is more to stencil with, but still it was working. So just fill all the gaps if you see any. So I'm taking my time with each step because I want to show you a little bit elaborate what I was doing. So you could also press this on another stencil, on another page, I mean, but I will do it on the same. So you will have the same, and that's okay. Just do what you feel. So nothing really came off. A little bit, but that's okay. So this also I will lay aside to dry. And then for my next page I will also try this one that I showed you. I'll put some on the card. This is a little bit, yeah, it's not that thin, so this is really a little bit trying, see if this will work. I think it's really working. Wow, it's really easy to use this. Oh wow. Okay, I found my new favorite one. Because it's also smooth, I really can scrape that off really easy. So that is what's making this go really fast and easy. So And also, yeah, you don't have to use that much, right? So, because you can scrape everything off because it's so smooth. So that's like that. So now I have a page with dots. That's fun. Yeah, I really like this one. So because I'm taking my time, I do have a feeling that I must hurry or something now, but I'm showing what I'm doing on the Facebook group of from LorriMarie, but I don't know, they don't know that I have also I'm making videos, so I don't think they know why I'm taking that long in between, but well, everybody's having their own pace, right? So I don't think that will be a problem. So I am having really a lousy day today, a difficult day. I didn't sleep, only for 4 hours. My mind was racing about my next steps and about what I want, and I couldn't shut it down. Do you sometimes have that? So yeah, I had that as a child a lot, but now, as an adult I can contain it really well. But I think I'm so excited about this that this happened again now. So because it's warm here, it's already starting to dry a little bit, but I want to get everything, so I use everything, I mean, so it will be really a fun dot page, right? So this is already drying, so I think I'm leaving it at this. And because my stove is up, it's really warm here now. So yeah, this really works really well, so I'm really amazed. Not only this thing, but also the wall thingy stuff. So I will, this is already drying because it's so warm here. I'm going to wipe that off. I do have one page here left. I didn't know I had it, so I think I'm going to try to lift that, perhaps using the smaller dot thingy. Yeah, this is really too dry, but I can make sure I'm using everything I have. Why not? Better than to throw something away, right? So this is now done. And this is really small. What is left? And this I can clean. Yeah, clean. Put everything aside from the texture paste stuff. And then I'm going to show you what I did with the other ones. So I did ink already, and this one came out really fun and cool. Do you see? This is from my favorite stencil, the one I just used also. So that is this one, and that came out really cool with the inks. I just used purple and black, and that's why it's really fun. And also where I didn't have texture paste, I also inked that side a little bit. So I want to go to the next steps and try to show you what is next. And this, I will leave this to dry, and when I'm done with this I will show you what I did and what I do with this, but this really has to dry thoroughly, so then you can ink it. If you don't do that, then it will come off. So put that aside and then take my ruler. Also I want to ink this a little bit more so you can see. So for instance, take a few colors that will make it more fun. For instance, I thought this was a little bit too purple, or not. It doesn't matter, right? A little bit green, and then these are my old ones. So I don't mind that I'm going over this this texture paste. That is not really texture paste. Oh, this is cool with the brick, with all those colors. And now I also want to use a little bit of the brown. That is making it truly brick-like. And this I want really a little bit more lighter or something. Perhaps bring in some purple, some color. This is dried up. Yeah, it does work still, but... So, put this aside, and the next step is to rip all these beautiful pages up. And that is a little bit difficult, because I like this a lot. So, you could also fussy cut it and then try to mount it or stick it onto your page. But, yeah, that is really tempting to do something like that. You see how gorgeous this is looking, but I'm going to do the steps and being brave and rip it into pieces, and then I'm going to make them even smaller, I think, because my books aren't really that big, so I don't want them to really stand out too much. And I also think I have quite enough pages. This ripped like this, so that is truly cool with that organic look. So like that. Yeah, I want them a little bit more smaller than this, not that small. Well, a little bit crooked on purpose, so we'll put that over here. It's also a little bit organic. Yeah, I'll leave that. And then choose this yummy yellow paper. Ooh. That will be so interesting. This book, really, I don't know what will happen. So I am so curious what will happen now. Next. So I will do that to all the pages, and then I will be right back. Now I want to do an extra layer because it is yummy. I like what I see, but I want another layer on top of this, and I thought about doing purple, and I hope I will like it. I ripped up all the pieces, they are here on this side. I will mix the colors up for this. And I just spilled. See, I just spilled. So I'm just trying to be brave about this. So be brave and just do what you feel like, what you want, right? It will be very colorful, but I will bring back a little bit of white gesso. And this is brown, no, a little bit of gray, I mean. And I will dilute that with white gesso. I also am happy about, I can't get the lid open, about this. It is Textile Mix Home Deco. Create your own textile paint. That's really what it is. So I didn't really show that the last time, so I will dilute it with this quite a lot. And I did found my very old roller before I bought even my lino roller and the other one. The other one was a little bit cheap, more cheap, about around 10 euros. This one is for your clothes, to get all the hairs off your clothes, but this is now only cardboard, so the rubbery stuff is off. So I want to try this first, and this is really brave. I see this color will really be brave, and that's all what I want. I'm doing something that I normally would not do at all, so, and I'm also pushing it beside it. So now I'm doing this over the, let me see if that's in frame. I'm just going over the book, and this also will make a very organic look, because this is not, yeah, I can't reach all the way. So, and this won't be the final color also. So this is just one of the steps that I wanted to do extra. So it's getting dendriticer by the minute. And if this doesn't work, I'm just going with my, yeah, I will do all the pages and then I will be right back. Something I wanted to show you, as I just did my finger onto my camera and there's a blob of paint now. So I'm just pushing it onto the plate now, and I do want to, yeah, I didn't put anything underneath, so I do want to, yeah, it does become that dendritic like, so I do want to experiment a little bit, but this will not be the final color. I do want a little bit brown in the end, but this will show, if you, yeah, that's it. So I will put some more paint. Where did I leave that card? So I will be right back. I will find my card and then I will be back. Just wiping off my paint. Now I also took some brown and some orange and the fabric textile mix. That's also a binder. Will work also as a binder. And I found my card, so I can mix it up. I do have to clean my desk. So this will make really another layer. And this I will swipe onto the book, as I did the first layer. So, and I won't mix it up too much. So this looks like this a little bit. So you can see what I'm doing. And when I do all the pages, then I will be back. I just couldn't swipe the phone. And it's also wet now, so I will let this dry, but I wanted to show you how grungy this looks now. And because I'm doing, here you see splatters even. I want to fix that a little bit. Well, I could leave splatters, but yeah, it doesn't matter really. So this is going to dry now. So I will be back and then I will show you the next steps, and that will be with these gorgeous papers, but also I want to stamp a little bit. So I created a lot of background noise already, but I do want to try to stamp as well. So I will be back for that when it's dry. See you later. So I let it all dry and now I'm stamping. And I did and I also made all strips. I saw a few really cool ones with the dots. Really yummy ones, and this one I also really loved with the brick and the circles. So I have a lot of real cool ones, but I saw that I had yeah, old stamps, and I made sort of an arrangement, but the plexiglass that is not suited for this, where I mounted it on, it is breaking a little bit, but I yeah, I wanted to show you because I already tried one, and I thought, well, now I have to really film this because I really like the effect that it's leaving. So this is what you see, and of course this is for the background as well. So I don't know what will be showing in the end, but I could also use black. Perhaps I also am going to, yeah, alternate. Oh wow, this is dark brown, by the way, what I'm using now. So I really love this already. I'm really falling in love with this this book as it's progressing. And of course with this you can also do that technique that I showed you, so in the previous video. So let me turn that around. Let me see if I'm in frame. Yes, I am. So then when you push it, of course this plexiglass that I mounted it on is not sturdy enough, so that broke, because I do want it really solid. You could also do it a little bit faint, the background, but I want it a little bit more visible because I also am going to mount those paper strips over it. And if I didn't, I wasn't yeah, following steps, then I wouldn't dare to do so many things. Then I would have stopped. Probably I would have stopped. So when I saw something I liked, and I'm just sometimes like, oh, I like it like this, and then I want to keep it. You can of course do that if you want that, but I want to challenge myself to go further and further. So yeah, I like it with this brown. Can of course also choose only a few. There are leaves and twigs, and here there are feathers. One feather, I think. Yeah, those are all leaves and flower. I don't know exactly what this is. Also flower, the inside. Yeah, I see it now. They are a little bit small, but I do like this. So now I will do all the pages, and I will show you before I'm going further with those strips. And I do think that I want the edge that I tore, a little bit also dark. I think that then it would stand out even more, so I could also work on the cover. But I want this dry, and then I'm going to stick these down. So that's my next step.